CFA Society Nigeria, making finance a force for good.
Money Talks.
Money Talks.
Money Talks. Money Talks.
Money Talks with CFA Society Nigeria. Let's talk about money. Hello there, and welcome to Money Talks on 92.3 Inspiration FM. Money Talks is brought to you by CFA Society Nigeria, and it's a financial literacy program to help you in that line. Today, we're talking about basic understanding of investment in publicly quoted securities. Basic understanding of investment in publicly quoted securities. And my guest on the program this evening is Fiona Ahimie, FCS. The title sounds like her first name, Fiona Ahimie, FCS. Fiona is the managing director of FBNQuest Securities Limited, member of First Bank of Nigeria Holding PLC. Fiona was the managing director of African Alliance Limited, a South African investment banking firm, before her current role. She has worked with Cordros Capital, Stanbic IBTC Bank, and Lead Capital Limited in different capacities. Fiona is an accounting graduate from Lagos State University with equivalent professional qualification as a chartered accountant and a chartered stockbroker. She holds an MBA from the prestigious Lagos Business School and a diploma from IESE, Spain. She is the first female vice president of the Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers of Nigeria in its 30 years history, and currently serves on the board of Purple Real Estate Investment Limited and is a member of the audit committees of National Association of Securities Dealer of Nigeria, NASD, and the Central Securities Clearance System Limited, CSCS. Fiona is a member of the Curriculum Management and Learning Committee and a guest lecturer for the full-time MBA class of the Lagos Business School, and is also a mentor to aspiring professionals. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the very is a pity it's not television, so you can't see her, but she's very beautiful. So it's rare to find a mixture of beauty and all this kind of a fico in one person. Fiona Ahimie, good evening to you, and welcome to the program.
Good evening, and thank you so much for having me.
My name is Captain Smart, so you're welcome to the program. We'll kickstart the program this evening, and we're discussing basic understanding of investment in publicly quoted securities when we come back from this very short break. Please do join us again.
We are professionals. We are impact driven. We are CFA Society Nigeria, a member society of the CFA Institute Global Network of Societies. Our mission is to promote the highest standard of practice in the Nigerian financial services industry and provide a vibrant community for our members. The CFA Charter signals the holders' commitment to professional excellence. As thought leaders, we collaborate with stakeholders to ensure adherence to ethical standards, better education for professionals, and to build market integrity. We are the leading voice for advocacy in the finance and investment industry in Nigeria. To partner with us or become our member, visit us at cfasocietyn.org for more details. CFA Society Nigeria, making finance a force for good.
Money Talks.
Money Talks.
Money Talks. Money Talks.
Money Talks with CFA Society Nigeria. Let's talk about money. Welcome back to the program. Basic understanding of investment in publicly quoted securities is what we're talking about here this evening, and Fiona Ahimie is my guest on the program. Let's get down to it. Fiona, it's good to have you one more time. Welcome.
Thank you, Captain Smart.
Yeah, you look nice, by the way.
Thank you.
All right. So we've been talking about this issue, especially when people are doing public offers and all of that. The word publicly quoted securities keep coming up and all of that. Can you help us to describe what publicly quoted securities are and how they're different from, say, like non-quoted securities?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. So publicly quoted securities are securities that trade on an exchange. And security broadly are financial assets that trade on a regulated or an unregulated exchange. So for example, in Nigeria, we have companies like First Bank, Zenith Bank, GT Bank, that are traded on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, for example. We also have other exchanges in Nigeria, like the NASD, that's the National Association of Securities Dealers. We have others like the FMDQ, which is predominantly traded for bonds, corporate and federal government bonds. We have some other exchanges for commodities, such as FX. We have the Lagos Commodities and Futures Exchange. So we have quite a number of exchanges in Nigeria. So companies or securities that trade on these platforms are called quoted companies, and vice versa for companies that are non-quoted.
Okay, it looks like we're going to have a very serious time today because our phone lines are already ringing. Just to let you know, those of you who want to participate from outside, 0700-923-923-923. The number you can call, 0700-923-923-923. Or you can call 0817-313-6193. That's 0817-313-6193. Of course, you can go to the CFA Society website, www.cfasocietyng.org, and get more information there as well. So, Fiona, when we're talking about publicly traded securities, the most popular that people on the street can relate with, of course, will be shares. Are there other securities? You want to let us into those?
Yes, there are other securities. So the most popular two, I'd say, are the shares, that is the equities, and then we have bonds. Bonds can either be corporate bonds, that means fixed income yielding instruments issued by corporate companies, and then we can have the government bonds. These are fixed income yielding instruments that are issued by the government. So all these are types of securities that are traded beyond the shares and equities everybody knows.
Okay, and we would also like you to help us to break down exactly what we mean by securities, because sometimes when people hear security, their minds will go to the army, the police, and all of that, so that it's not mistaken for something else entirely. While you're on that, you should also explain to us or describe what the market for trading securities is. How different is it from other financial markets?
Okay, so let me start with equities. What are equities? And when you say you have shares or you have equity securities, what do you mean? What we mean is you have a portion or a bit or part of a company. So for example, I'm going to use First Bank again. If we are talking about First Bank as a security, that means the shares of the company First Bank is listed on an exchange, and anyone can own a bit of it. I can own 100 units of this company. I can own 1 unit of this company. So equities is basically holding a portion of a company, being a part shareholder in the company. Now, when we talk about bonds is basically saying that you have lent either the company or you have lent the government some monies for a fixed period of time, and you're expecting the government to pay you some interest over a period. So that is basically what securities is about. Either you're talking about the equities or you're talking about the bonds version.
That's right. In case you're joining us now, we're discussing basic understanding of investment in publicly quoted securities. Fiona Ahimie is our guest on the program. Phone lines are officially open now. 0700 923 923 923. That's 0700 923 923 923. Or you can call 0817 313 6193. That's 0817 313 6193. You can also send us a WhatsApp message to that particular number in case you have questions to ask about securities, whether they be publicly quoted or not. Fiona is the expert in that line and she will have to answer. Perhaps you're trying to get some shares or some securities in some of these companies and you're finding it difficult, whether locally here or internationally. You also have to make use of this opportunity now to send us your questions in that regard. We'll go to the phone lines immediately. Hello, good evening to you. Hello. Hello, good evening.
Evening, Mr. Francis speaking.
Welcome, Mr. Francis. Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Ekpe.
Okay, go ahead.
Lekki.
All right, go ahead, sir.
Please, I would like to ask the lady on in the station here. How can I be able to get some foreign share if I want to buy a share from, for example, the Facebook or the Trade that just they launched last few days ago?
Okay. All right. Okay. How you can get? I'm sure you heard him.
Yes, I did.
Okay. We'll take more calls. Thank you so much, Francis, for calling. We'll take more calls. 0700 923 923 923 or 0817 313 6193. Hello. Good evening to you.
Hello. Good evening, Captain Smart.
Good evening to you, sir. Your name or where you're calling from?
Yeah, Louis the 13th.
Go
The
ahead.
lady in the studio. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, so on your securities that you've mentioned, my own interest is liking towards the bond. You know, you were explaining. I'm even saying which of them is even more profitable? Is it Euro bond or the Nigerian bond? Which one is profitable in terms of liquidity?
Okay, thank you very much. She's taking notes. I'm sure she's going to combine and provide answers. 0700 923 923 923 or 0817 313 6193. The number that you can call, and your questions, you put them through to Fiona and she will have to answer. So maybe, Fiona, you have to start with the two questions you already have.
Okay, that's fine. So in terms of how to invest in a Facebook, for example, which is a foreign asset, all you have to do is to contact your investment advisor or your stockbroker. They have different platforms that will help you and enable you to buy shares abroad. The thing is, if you're investing directly, the KYC might be a bit onerous for an individual. So if you contact your investment advisor or your stockbroker, like FBNQuest Securities, for example, we are able to handhold you and help you, make that investment decision. And yes, it is possible to do that. The second caller had asked about which is more profitable and in terms of also how liquid are Euro bonds and local bonds. It all depends on you. If you want, a Naira investment and a Naira return, then of course the local bonds are for you. If you are looking for a dollar, return, then the Euro bond is for you. So if you are awash with dollars, for example, and you don't want your dollar just lying idle in your bank, you can buy some Euro bonds and get returns in dollars. If you want, you have Naira and you want to make sure your money is working for you, then you can buy either a corporate bond or a Nigerian, bond, and then you earn your return. So it all depends on what you want to achieve. It's always good to speak to your investment advisor because there are risks at different ends of the curve.
All right. Go back to the phone lines. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening, Fiona. Captain Smart. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Ndidi.
Okay, Ndidi, go ahead quickly.
Okay, I think I'm more interested in getting to know about the government bonds. Most times people don't know when they are really floated. So how do we get to know these things and also participate in them? That's my question.
Okay, thank you so much. Over to you, Fiona.
Okay, so for government bonds, there are different kinds of government bonds. There is the federal government savings bond, which is the very retail bond that you can invest with at least as little as 5,000 naira. And normally the offer when it opens is on the website of the debt management office. So, and this offer comes up every first week in the month. So every month there's a federal government savings bond offer that is out, and the details are always on the DMO. If there is a way you can contact me, I'm able to add you on my mailing list so that I can bring this to you at any point in time when you need to make an investment. And then when it's the general government bond, then it's also on in the DMO. But normally, because these things are done through investment advisors and market operators, is when you are probably on looking at their website or on a mailing list that you normally get them. But if you get to the DMO website, you'll see these details.
The DMO is the Debt Management Office?
Correct.
All right. Okay, keep your calls coming to 0700-923-923-923 or 0817-313-6193. And the subject of discussion here this evening, basic understanding of investment in publicly quoted securities. That's what we are talking about here. Fiona Ahimie is our guest on the show. So Fiona, given all that you've stated so far, someone out there may just be asking, you've talked to us about securities, the market, and the composition. How then do I invest in this market?
Okay, so to invest in the Nigerian capital market in terms of either buying securities in either equities or bonds is normally done through your investment advisor, and this time around your stockbroker. Because of everything the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission, is doing around investor protection, they want to make sure that you are actually having transactions or doing your financial planning with a certified, operator. So when you go to the website of the DMO, the Securities and Exchange Commission, for example, you see the list of approved financial advisors or stockbrokers that you can deal with. This is just to safeguard you. We've seen a lot of people come in different names and swindled a lot of people out of their monies. So to avoid that, it's actually very good and important that you use people who have been certified. And FBNQuest Securities is one of such certified people. To start investing, first of all, you need a broker. When you have your broker will carry out due diligence on you. The broker will help you to assess your risk appetite. The broker is going to help you with market research and information that will help and aid your investment decision making. The broker is going to help you in how you plan your financials. So, for example, if you have monies that you want to use in, say, 3 months, if you speak to this expert, the expert will guide you and let you know the kind of investment that you will be able to invest in for 3 months, so that you are not on your own just investing for a longer tenure when you know that you have needs in the short term. That way you don't get burnt. So you have to definitely speak to your broker. What you have to just do with your broker is you have to they will carry out a due diligence on you, profile you, and just guide you.
Fiona, this broker, they go pay him.
Don't go pay broker now. The broker is rendering service to you, definitely.
When they find money, they go to pay person again.
Yeah, because they're helping you to make money, right?
Okay. You
make money, so you get to pay them for that service. Yes.
Okay, that's fine. So you can still call us on 0700-923-923-923, or you can send us a message on WhatsApp 0817-313-6193. That's an alternate line for you to call as well, 0817-313-6193. Okay, this messages are pointing here. This person says, good evening. This is Ekene Fidelis from Shomolu. And Ekene says, please share my number with her so she can add me in the federal government bonds each month. Okay. She don't see him. No, Allah. Thank you very much. You want to be added there. So let's move quickly. We'll have another call on the line. Hello, good evening to you. Okay, thank you very much. That's not for us really. 0817-313-6193. You can call the number or send a WhatsApp message there, or call us on 0700-923-923-923. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you, sir. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah. Calling from Sulere. My name is Vincent.
Vincent, go ahead quickly. You have 30 seconds.
Yeah, please. I wanted her to. I don't know if she can help me. I have a share with Zenith Bank, and for almost 5 years, I've not been receiving any dividends. Is there any help she can render?
Okay, you have shares of a particular company. Okay, keep listening, Vincent. This is a subscriber who hasn't received dividends in 5 years. Yeah.
Okay, so it's
okay, Fiona, just one moment. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, yeah, good evening.
Thank you for calling. What's your name and where are you listening from?
Okay, yeah, I'm listening from Uganda. My name is John. Okay, I don't know about safety. As a young man, about 20 years ago, I graduated. I have hope in investing in Nigerian stocks, and I was so disappointed. Some of those investments were taken by AMCOM that I lost entirely. Some of them, some company absorbed. I don't want to start calling names. Some of them are banks. And you see your investment being divided by almost by 5. And it looked like, as a young man, I was investing like 15 years ago, like 300 in maybe 300,000. So, and some of those companies were taken by AMCOM. So what do you do? How do you know them? And they are reputable companies.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, John. Just keep listening. Fiona will get on that now. So let's add these messages in case there are questions. Good evening. Please let's also add me too. People want to add to your mailing list. This person says, greetings. Mike, kindly ask the madam in the studio. I want to connect with her directly. Wow. It's about money. We need honest people like her. Mr. Francis, the message is from you. Good evening, Captain Smart, and our guest. Her name is Fiona Ahimie. I am interested in the government bond. She should add my number as well. Patrick from Ikotun, that's your message. Good evening, Captain Smart and Fiona. Please add me to your mailing list. Ndidi, that's your message. Thank you so much. Please add my number. Fiona, you don't go find trouble. I don't know. This is the last call we're taking on the program. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Thank you so much for calling. Your name and where you're listening from.
This is Mr. Cletus calling from Port Harcourt.
Oh, Cletus from Port Harcourt. Welcome to the program. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. I've listened to your guest and I quite appreciate her depth of knowledge in this field. She talked about why we need a broker, basically to assess our risk appetite and carry out due diligence on us. But oftentimes, we are faced with a situation where most of the brokers are only trying to convince you to go in a particular direction which they have special interest. So how do we as individuals differentiate or be able to get a good broker that will be able to guide you in the proper way rather than trying to convince you to go their way?
Thank you very much. We're now pressed for time. Fiona has a lot of work to do now. What is the minimum maturity of government bond? Please add my number on her contact list. Thank you. This is Victor from Surulere. Please, why did the government stop treasury bills for small amount, about 1 million? My club is one of those. Thank you very much. Government bond, Euro bond, and all of that. So, Fiona, we just have about maybe 5 minutes to the end of the program, not more than that. You have a lot of questions to answer. I would also like you to add this one, just very quick responses to them, so we will not miss out on anything. What you've described about how to invest in the market, it looks like it's only for your lower kind of persons. Do you have securities that the artisan, those who don't have too much money, those are not money bags, that they can invest in as well, coupled with all of those questions that you have?
Okay, thank you very much, Captain Smart. Yes, you can invest with as little as 5,000 naira in buying equities. And the way to start is to start with a mutual fund. We, for example, have mutual funds where you can actually put your 5,000 into a smart beta account, a smart beta fund, and then you watch your money grow. And when you get to the level where you think you are comfortable to stand by yourself, then you can start to invest large sums of money. We also, a lot of brokers, or a number of brokers, have online platforms where you can actually trade yourself. So when you can trade yourself, they don't really require you to put in a large amount of money. So with the 5,000 naira, you can buy a few units of First Bank. You can go onto the portal and key, after your due diligence with your broker, and buy this asset yourself. That way you are not burdening the broker, and then you can do as small as you want. Maturity for federal government bonds differ. We have maturities for the federal government savings bond for as low as 2 years, 3 years maturities, and we have also government bonds that last up to like 30 years. So it all depends on what exactly you're trying to do. In terms of the person that said he had lost almost a fifth of his investment in the capital market. Yeah, I know in 2006, 2007 there was a lot of hush money into the system, and we were all expecting companies prices to hit $1 back then, which was about 120. So there was a lot of clamor for stocks, and then when the global crash happened, a lot of people lost money, and some of them have not really recovered. But the most important and critical thing to do when you are investing is to look at the fundamentals of the company you are investing in and see that this company doesn't have prospect to continue growing. That way, even when you lose value, dividend payment will kind of make up somewhat. For the person who was talking about not receiving his dividend, you can contact me. I'm happy to help. However, you can also contact your stockbroker if you have one. And if you do not have one, you can go directly to Veritas registrars, who are the custodians or who are the registrars to Zenith Bank, and they will guide you on the steps to take.
I'm sure you've addressed so many of these questions we have here, like prophetically actually dealing with them. You've talked about securities now. How can people's investment be protected? Yeah. You've talked about that, and of course unclaimed dividends. You mentioned a bit about that. A lot of people have their dividends unclaimed. People have shares. There are some parents who have died now. They have shares, but they're unclaimed. How do they deal with these because it discourages new investors as well. They say, if I go die now, all these companies go thief my money on claim dividend. How do we deal with such issues? Just in a minute.
Yeah, so these are very valid concerns, and it's actually a problem the capital market has been trying to solve for a while. And there's a lot of work that has gone into it. So just like I said, if you contact your broker or your investment advisor, or go directly to the registrar who houses these companies that you have investments in, they'll be able to guide you all right. A lot of people have been able to claim their dividends. So if you're not going to be any different when you go for them.
Oh, lost that call. Let's see if we can squeeze in a call or two. The lines are blazing. Hello, good evening to you.
Yeah, please, I'm the one that called concerning Zenith Bank. Please, can I have a number so we can talk?
Don't worry, we'll make an announcement shortly, okay? Just be calming down. We'll make an announcement shortly. We've been talking here with Fiona on basic understanding of investment in publicly quoted securities, and this has been one good class that we've had here. A lot of education. I must say very big thank you to Fiona, who has been talking with us here. But Fiona, before you go, as you've made investing in securities market sound, we've talked about the risk factors to be considered. Is it looking like maybe there are no risks? Especially, you talked about this global meltdown, even before COVID, this happened and all of that, that affects people's fortunes in the market. Is this something people should just go in there without considering the risks available?
No, you shouldn't do anything without considering risks. And like I tell everyone, everything you do in this life is risks. Sitting down right here, wherever you are, is a risk. Stepping out of your bed is a risk, because you can just step down from that bed and you just twist your ankle or something. So everything you do is a risk. But the most important thing is you need to understand your risk appetite and take calculated risk. Invest in companies that have prospects for growth, who have good and strong management, who will not disappoint you, people who hold their names in high esteem and will not just play anyhow with your money. So I'll tell you, if for example I use an MTN line, you use MTN line, everybody uses an MTN line. If I invest in an MTN, I know I'm going to make money because I'm not ready to drop my MTN line. If you work, you bank with a company, and you're using the products of the company, and you know a lot of people who are also interested in using those, products, why not be part owner of that company? So even though everything in life is risk, you have to take calculated risk at all times.
Fiona Ahimie, a FCS, is the managing director of FBNQuest Securities Limited, a member of First Bank of Nigeria Holding PLC. She's been my guest on the program this evening. We've been talking about basic understanding of investment in publicly quoted securities. Fiona, thank you very much for coming. We really do appreciate it, and we hope that you'll be back very soon.
Thank you, Captain Smith.
That's our package for this week. Join us again 4:30 p.m. next Monday for a fresh package. Thank you for listening.
It's 5 p.m.